Belmont, this is Hannah Fischer with your community calendar. February has always been my favorite winter month. The days are finally getting longer, gardening catalogs are arriving in the mail, and of course there's Valentine's Day, an excuse to wear pink. The February events in Belmont also promise to be some favorites as we honor Black History Month. These events will get you out of the house on the coldest of days, and some will let you cozy up in your house with some fantastic online experiences. A great event to start out the month and to chase away the winter blues is the Off the Clock exhibit at the Belmont Gallery of Art. This month's exhibit features talent from within the school walls, the amazing art teachers of Belmont. They may spend their days teaching our students about art, but now we get to see the incredible work they create. Off the Clock runs through February 26th. If you're unable to make it to the gallery, a virtual gallery is available on the Belmont Gallery of Art website. On February 22nd, join the Belmont Public Library for an online author talk with writer, historian, and lecturer Erica Armstrong Dunbar. Miss Dunbar is the author of Never Caught, the Washington's relentless pursuit of their runaway slave, Ona Judge, and She Came to Slay, the life and times of Harriet Tubman, a lively, informative, and illustrated tribute to one of the most exceptional women in American history, a heroine whose fearlessness and activism still resonates today. Registration is required and available on the Belmont Public Library website. Another event to celebrate Black History Month takes place on February 24th. Forgotten Heroes and Heroines, Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Movement is a Beach Street-centered lunchtime conversation with Donna Halper, associate producer at Lesley University. Professor Halper will discuss how the Civil Rights Movement grew and will spotlight the men and women who worked with Dr. King to make it happen. She will also discuss how Dr. King attracted media attention to his cause and how his I Have a Dream speech became a key moment in the Civil Rights Movement. Opa! It's time to join the craze that is sweeping the nation. Pickleball. Whether you're 8 or 80, this is the sport for you. The best part of this pastime is that it can be played inside. The Belmont Recreation Department has lots of opportunities to learn about the game and to take the pickleball plunge. There's a reason that pickleball makes it all better. Find out why through the Belmont Recreation Department. Visit the Belmont Rec website for information and schedules. Heading into March, there's a unique opportunity to support a fantastic organization and to be treated to an amazing musical performance. On Friday, March 3rd, join Belmont nonprofit Refugee Protection International, RPI, to celebrate the lives saved in Ukraine. Enjoy Ukrainian music, pastries, and more, and come together for war-affected children. RPI's president and executive director, Jennifer Hill, will open the event with a video of RPI's cross-border aid deliveries to Ukraine, followed by Ukrainian opera singer Olga Abakumova, who will perform in honor of all who remain in her homeland. View tinyurl.com/RPI fundraiser for tickets and information. Bring Valentine's love into March while ensuring the safety of your four-legged family members. On March 4th from 1 to 4, the Belmont Health Department will hold a rabies clinic for dogs and cats. Microchipping and pet license services will also be available. So head on over with Rover and Fluffy, and I speak from experience, please wear gloves when trying to get Fluffy into the cat carrier. Eastern Mass native and New York Times bestselling author Isaac Fitzgerald has been everywhere on TV and radio. His book, Dirtbag Massachusetts, was a Time magazine must-read of the year and won the New England Book Award for nonfiction. Lucky for us, the Dirtbag Massachusetts author will hold a virtual event sponsored by the Belmont Public Library and the Reading Public Library on March 7th. Registration is required and available on the library website at belmontpubliclibrary.net. Let's talk about goats. And no, I don't mean Serena Williams or Tom Brady. I mean the Belmont goats at Habitat. Coming soon is a chance to attend a goat social. Saturday, March 11th, the goats will be out and ready to be brushed and to tell you all about their lives at Habitat. Registration for this event is available on the Habitat website. Don't miss out on this chance to meet the goats up close and personal. My favorite color is pink, and I wear it on any day of the week. That can't be said for everyone, especially not the actors from this year's Belmont High School musical, Mean Girls. Here to talk about the upcoming event is Ezra Flam, Mean Girls producer, director, and Belmont High School theater arts teacher. Welcome, Ezra.
Thank you so much for having me.
Excellent. We are so glad you could be here. I always look forward to the musical. Since my kids were really little, we have gone. But I'm hoping you can tell us about Mean Girls and why it was chosen to be this year's BHS musical.
Absolutely. Mean Girls is a more recent Broadway musical, so it's an adaptation of the movie. It was on Broadway in 2017, 2018. And so we have not done a very contemporary musical like this in quite a few years. And we looked around at sort of the cast of students we had, at what the technical requirements were for the show, and just got excited about the idea of putting it on stage. And I think doing something a little different than what we've done in the last few shows.
Great. And can you give us a little bit of a synopsis of what the musical is about?
Sure, yeah. The main story of Mean Girls the musical is about a student named Katie Heron, who arrives at North Shore High School as a junior, having been homeschooled her entire life, and very quickly finds herself sort of right in the thick of a lot of very high school drama. So she sort of falls in with the group of girls who call themselves the Plastics, who are these uber popular girls who rule the school, and tries to navigate the sort of realm of being popular, but also what it's like to deal with liking a boy that she hasn't experienced that before, and just navigating all of this culture shock of high school.
No. So those are some pretty kind of mature themes. Can you give us an idea for whom this would be the most appropriate, and who you're hoping will be in your audience?
Yeah, for sure. I will say the show definitely is not afraid to do mature themes. It was written, the original movie was written by Tina Fey of Saturday Night Live and 30 Rock. And, she's known for satire, for humor that's really cutting and biting, for sort of, I would say, some stuff that's really cutting edge. And the show definitely deals with high school culture and issues of bullying and body image and eating, and their kids talk about sex and alcohol and drugs, and just trying to find their way through a lot of high school issues. So what I would say about it is it's definitely not a show for little kids. I think for most parents, what you would want to do is do some research about the movie and ask yourself, if I would show this movie to my kids, they could probably come see the musical. If I wouldn't want them to watch the movie, then this show is probably not for them.
Great words of advice. So I have seen this. It is wonderful. Can you tell me what you're most excited about with this production?
I think I've got three things that I'm probably most excited about. One is just doing the kind of show like this that, although it takes us, deals with issues that are really serious, it's a comedy and it's satire. And I think we've been having a lot of fun in rehearsals with finding what's humorous and fun and silly about the show, and acknowledging that if you take that funny stuff too seriously, you suck the humor out of it. But also, if you look at it as it's just jokes, it's just silly, you lose an opportunity to really understand the heart of the show. So I think one of the things about the show that's so great is that for all of the humorous parts, any moment in the show where a character is mean or chooses to sort of like live below their values, or not do the right thing, are also the moments that come back to bite them, and often in very funny ways. But it is at the end of the show when characters really start making the choice to be smart and to be good to themselves and to be kind, that you also work your way towards your happy ending. So I've been enjoying exploring that with the cast, and we had a really great discussion and rehearsal last week about the ways in which some of the issues that come up in the show they see in their lives here in Belmont and at Belmont High School, and talking about how that happens and how every student who's part of the show can be part of making Belmont High School better. So that's one
Great.
thing I'm really excited about. On the
Wonderful.
technical side, there are two things I'm really excited about. One is this is going to be the first show that we've done here in the new high school building that's using our orchestra pit. So a couple weeks ago, they opened up the temporary flooring that covers the orchestra pit. They put in some, railings and baffling, and it is really cool to just see this huge empty space in front of the stage, what we're going to fill with a ton of student musicians to play a live band for the show, which we haven't done here. And in the theater, we're using our fly space, which we haven't had an opportunity to use to this extent before, which is another huge benefit of this new building. So there's a ton of scenery that's just going to descend from the ceiling and then disappear back up into the ceiling, which is really cool.
Great. And Can you let us know where we can get tickets, when we can get tickets, what are the dates and times for it? We want to be prepared so we can
Absolutely.
get in line.
The show is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, March 16th, 17th, and 18th. It's at 7:00 all 3 days, and there's a Saturday matinee at 2:00. And the tickets are going to be on the PAC website, which is bhs-pac.org. And those tickets will be there online and for sale by March 1st.
Fantastic. Well, I, for one, can't wait. I am looking forward to it, and especially to seeing the new orchestra pit and to seeing the wonderful actors at BHS. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
That's it for this edition of the Belmont Community Calendar. If you would like to see your event featured on this program, please email event details to access@belmontmedia.org. Thank you.